how did you get your first account through the first 4 or 5 accounts?
I put a little coin-operated snack machine, combo drink machine in their lobby. Had absolutely no traffic. None. I would check the machine because I was not in the front all the time.
Yeah.
I would just check the machine if 1 or 2 people used it in a week, you know?
Yes!
And I was like, I felt so good just if I had a sale.
Coffee, micro markets and vending dreams. Break room legends and winning teams. Neil drops gold from behind the scenes.
Hey guys, it's Neil here. I have been bumping around this industry now for close to 30 years, and one of the things that I've fallen in love with is just the entrepreneurs in our industry. Today I've got a wonderful guest that I want you to meet. His name is Matthew from Surpass Vending, and he is one of those guys that has built an amazing business from scratch. Matthew, how are you doing today?
Good, and how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm so excited to chat further. You and I have been chatting now for months, and I tell you, man, your story is amazing, and I can't wait to share it with everyone. So, hey, real quick, before we go back to the start, tell us a little bit about Surpass Refreshments and where you guys are today.
We are where we are today. We're first based out of Southwest Florida. We cover about 50 square miles from Lee, Collier, and Charlotte County.
Yep.
Have roughly 550 vending machines we service and roughly 15 micro markets at the moment.
And you're on your way, and you're roughly in the $4 million range?
Roughly $4 million range.
Right, so you got to be operating on some pretty good technology to get your routes up to that level. So you're fully invested in technology across the board?
We're invested in ZippyAssist, which helps us a lot.
Yep.
With Cantaloupe, with their smart stores,
yeah,
and VMS and Pick Easy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. So you've been doing this for a while. What do you think of that news that went down yesterday of 365 acquiring Cantaloupe? Because that was some pretty big news.
That was some very big news. I knew they were up for sale, I guess you could say, but I was not expecting 365 to be the buyer.
Yeah, no, that was pretty crazy stuff. We'll see what happens, but you know, these types of things, you don't really know what's going on until about a year from now. It's got to get through all the regulatory things, and then they've got to, merge the organizations and see what sort of synergies all come out of it. But we will wait and see. But Matthew, let's go back in time. So tell me a little bit about your early days, and then how you got into our industry, our amazing vending industry.
I went to trade school after high school to become an auto mechanic, and started at some auto dealerships, and just was an auto mechanic for many, many, many years. I seen the auto industry change a lot of changes, a lot of electronics became the normal in the auto industry.
Mm-hmm.
From working on cars and outside and being a mobile mechanic, I was always thinking that my body can't handle being upside down, being in tight areas, my whole life. So I always thought getting into vending was great passive income, was kind of easier on your body. Filling vending machines. You watch the videos, you fill vending machines, and that's all you do.
So how did you learn? Where were you seeing all these videos? Where were these videos and learning materials?
So I would see these videos online, and I was just like, there's no way it can be this easy and whatnot. So at one of my car dealerships that had people come and go and sell cars, I put my first vending machine in there just to see a little taste of what it was and how you do it. And I was like so happy when I would see one person use it for the whole entire day.
So were you evaluating any other entrepreneurial opportunities, or was it the vending channel that kind of got you hooked?
It really was just vending, and I don't know why. But it was still kind of hands-on because I was still using my hands. I still needed to use my mind as far as repairing things.
Yeah.
So it would still kind of feel like type of a mechanic job, but just not on a car anymore.
Right.
On something that was, to me, less complex because there's just not as much involved
Yeah.
on a machine compared to
Yeah.
a whole entire car that could have any type of problem.
Totally, yeah, and it's what an amazing transition from actually being a mechanic into this industry, because you got truck. I mean, I tell everyone we're a glorified trucking company. So the
Right.
fact that you've got the ability to at least troubleshoot those trucks, you could probably fix them if you had time. But then the same with the machines. We're going from mechanical machines to digital machines. So to have a kind of an understanding of the digital stuff too, that's kind of a really cool. You're coming from a cool angle going in to this cool industry. And then what you've done is so amazing from an entrepreneurial standpoint. I mean, you started from scratch to where you are now. Hustle and grit, I imagine too, right?
Every day.
So, hey, good job. Let's get into your business now. How did you get your first account through the first 4 or 5 accounts? Because, a lot of people want to get into this business, but they're stuck. They don't know how to get that first one. How did you do it?
I was doing mobile auto mechanic work, and I was doing it for a buy here, pay here car dealership.
Okay.
And I put a little coin operated snack machine combo drink machine in their lobby. Had absolutely no traffic, none. I mean,
God.
I don't know, 5 people a week, but it's where to get. I would check the machine because I was not in the front all the time.
Yeah.
I would just check the machine if 1 or 2 people used it in a week,
Yes.
And I was like, I felt so good just if I had a sale.
Yeah. And you're in. You are now a vending operator with one dud location by the sounds of it, but you're kind of in, right? You're mechanically doing what's necessary.
100%.
Yep. All right. So what about the next couple of machines? How did they look like, and how did you get the accounts?
So the next couple of machines, oh man, I have to remember. I almost think that I'm not sure how I met this lady. I really don't know, but she had some machines for sale and they were in Miami. And I drove all the way to Miami to look at these 3 snack machines, and I bought them.
Yep.
And I bought them, and they delivered them back to Fort Myers for me.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
And then from there, I would just start posting on social media about vending machines, what business would like vending machines.
Yep.
And at the time, I would take any account.
Yep.
If they said yes, I'm in.
You're in. No matter how many people are there, you're going over the machine.
I was in. So it became, I got my route down to, so I was doing my mobile mechanic work out of a Ford Focus wagon.
Okay.
And on Tuesdays, I would take my tools out and put the things in to fill the vending machines. Tuesdays.
Yep.
And I would stock. I lived in an apartment at the time, and I would stock everything in the living room. All the stuff that went into the vending machines would sit in the living room.
That is amazing. So you were 1 day a week.
I was 1 day a week vending.
1 day a week vending. Okay. And then how did it progress from there? So you're posting on social media. Are you cold calling as well, giving out business cards, or all social?
Never did any of that. It was just all word of mouth. Basically, I am a doer. I don't overpromise anything. I am a doer. I would say majority, even till today, has been word of mouth.
Word of mouth and social posting.
Social media. People know me online as I like to work. I don't consider it work. I like doing what I do.
Yeah.
So it's not, I mean, there's a lot of stress involved. There's a lot of, unknowns that comes with any business that you run on your own.
Yeah.
but I love moving. I love doing it. I love.
Yep. So
I
you're
love it all.
literally just out there hustling, grinding, trying to get accounts. When did you go to like 4 to 5 days a week? And then how did you get rid of the mechanic job and go full in? When did you figure that out?
The next step was I probably started buying some small vendors out that had maybe 20 machines on their route. I think I did that maybe 4 or 5 times. I've done that.
Then-
Next step after that was I hired a person to ride around with me, and we didn't use the VMS
Right.
or any type of software. We had credit card readers on some machines, not all.
Yep.
Some
Yep.
machines.
Yeah.
And what I would do is I would go inside the account, I would call them on their phone, and I would tell them what to pull out of the truck to bring into the account. That went on for a very long time.
Wow. So what were you doing while they were driving? Were you still mechanicking at this stage?
No. I was there with them. It was both of us in the truck.
Oh, so I get it. So they're in the truck, you're inside, you're writing down, you call them, get this and bring it in.
Yes. Bring it in. They would bring it in on the dolly.
Yeah.
I would fill the drinks. They would fill the snacks. Close it up. Off to the next one.
That is so funny. Hey, why you just mentioned dolly, I just want to bring a point up real quick. How important is in this business is to have a really good hand truck?
It's probably here's a crazy story. I refused for the longest time to have a hand truck.
Oh,
I
my
carried
gosh,
it all
how the
in
hell
by
did you carry
hand.
this stuff?
I was carrying this in by hand, multiple trips. Everyone's like, "You need a dolly." I'm like, "No, I got this."
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and why I never had one, I don't know. But yes.
Yeah. The reason I say that is because it's a funny story, because when I built my route up many years ago, very similar to how you did it, I'd blow through those $30 Costco hand trucks because the wheels were too small. And you have 10 cases on there, you hit a freaking crack and send the load flying. And it wasn't until I invested in, I think it was a Gemini Junior extendable hand truck that cost about $400. But best investment I've ever bought. I've still got it. It's sitting in my garage at home. I don't have a vending company anymore, but I love having that memento because you put your hand trucks through a lot of work, right? Because going into that, right, this business is not easy. Right?
No.
There's a lot of people think that they're going to come into this industry and the machines are going to do all the work. Tell us a little bit about the work behind the scenes before you ever even get to the machines, right? Winning accounts, buying products. How much time do you spend out buying products back in the day before you started getting it all delivered to your warehouse?
That's a funny story. I have a lot of those funny stories. So we would buy, and I talk about me and my wife, we would go to Publix and really basically, if there was a BOGO on Gatorade or soda, we were buying the whole shelf and storing it in our living room.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
And then before I got in with, because we were selling 16.9 ounce bottles, which can only be bought at Walmart's and Publix's.
Yep.
I was with a Pepsi sales guy, and I would have to buy him by the pallets, but I would have to go to Walmart at 4 a.m. on Saturdays, the day he worked, and hand loaded it on my truck at 4 a.m.
Oh God, that is hard work. Wow.
Oh my God, was it? What was I thinking?
Yeah. Hey man, when you start a business, before you get to the crossing the chasm, right, you got to work your butt off, especially in this industry.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So when did you progress to your first truck? Because the guy that I interviewed this morning, he never, ever got past the Sienna minivan. So he went from a Honda CRX to a Pontiac Vibe, blew both engines because he was lugging around so much weight. And then he eventually got to a Sienna minivan, and he was just about to blow that thing up. And he thought, all right, I'm out. I'm selling. So he never actually got to a box truck. When did you buy your first box truck? So now you can really get serious.
So we went from the Ford Focus, then I went to an Econoline van,
Yep.
and then I went to a box truck.
Okay.
And
The
that was
box truck that you
probably
bought, was it relative? Well, see, the thing is, you're a mechanic, right? So you could probably buy one a little bit beaten up
right.
and fix it.
So I've gone through many box trucks. I started with the Zuzu and went with Ford, and now we're still with the Zuzu.
Now you're up to 4.
We have 4
I
route
just
trucks.
noticed online the other day that you bought your 4th one.
We have four route trucks and 1 delivery truck.
So 2 things real quick. I met you, I believe, at the Cantaloupe conference in Las Vegas. Did you go to that one, or was it yeah, I think it was Vegas, right? You were there.
I met you in person there, yes, but
In
I
person.
signed up with Zippy
Yeah,
before that.
right. That's right. So tell me, to get to $4 million a year with 4 trucks, you have to be maximizing technology. When did you start getting into technology thinking that, wow, I can't be hand lifting products into accounts or calling the other guy in the truck on the cell phone? When did you transition into technology, and how did you even go about that? Because that's a big move too.
As crazy as this sounds, when I met you 2 years ago in Vegas at Cantaloupe School,
Yep.
I signed up. So I had another competitor's reader, and I had half Cantaloupe's readers.
Okay.
And I actually messaged Cantaloupe while I was sitting in class. Raya with Cantaloupe actually messaged me back, and they set me up, and I got rid of all my competitors' readers. They sent out technicians and put all Cantaloupe readers on my machines the next couple weeks, and I was fully involved with Cantaloupe and readers, but I still was not using any VMS at that time.
Oh, really? So you
So
had
that was
full-in card readers. Yep. But not a VMS yet. When did you come into play with the VMS?
So while they were setting up all the card readers up for Seed Pro, so I have only signed up for Seed Pro for way less, maybe a year and a half.
Now, what would you recommend to people? What I always recommend, I want to see what you recommend, is I recommend that people start with technology right out of the gate. Spend a little bit more money, a little bit more time, and make sure you've got card readers, telemetry, and everything ready to go. So when you grow, you're growing. Would that be a good piece of advice for you now that you look back on it?
Yeah, so every stepping stone, there was many milestones of stepping stones. Card readers are a must. VMS is a must. My opinion is VMS is a must when you're pre-picking. We were not pre-picking. We were even up to 2 years ago with 2 people in a truck, like a rolling warehouse. Would go in, would call the other person. We had every product in the truck. So when we left the days, we were going with everything. And then we implemented all our VMS, and we signed up for Pick Easy with Cantaloupe.
Oh, really? Okay. So you've got this. So you're really deep in with Cantaloupe.
I'm very deep in with Cantaloupe.
So having the 365 thing pop up yesterday is kind of scary. But I know the Cantaloupe guys well, and I know 365 guys well as well, and they will make a bigger and better solution. No one, things will go pretty good, and you're going to be fine. But I could see how that would be a little woo.
It is, because when you get, even if you wanted to switch, if I wanted to switch to 365 a year ago or 6 months ago, there's so much involved.
Yeah, totally.
In the back end, you just can't say I'm going to go over here now, because you just can't. You have too much. Your day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
There's so much data that's coming in that goes into next day's route.
Right.
You just can't.
Yep. I mean, this business, as you grow this business and you try to keep in touch with all your customers on a personal level, because it's kind of a relationship business too, right? You don't want to not, well, as you get monster big, it's a bit different. You need to put the layers of management in to keep in touch.
Yes.
It can be very chaotic, this business. So then to try to implement a new VMS on top of all the chaos that we've already got, it's so difficult.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, I got a funny question for you, and this is just based on talking to you. You forwarded me some voicemails a couple of months ago from high school kids.
Yes.
How crazy is vending in high schools when you got to deal with these kids and all their craziness?
Very. Yes.
The voicemail that you sent me was a crazy kid that said he's gonna frickin', you better lawyer up because he's coming after you. And he didn't leave you what the problem was with the machine, what school it was, nothing. It was just like a threatening or voicemail that he wanted his $2 back. And if you didn't get that back to him soon, he was coming after you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That is just crazy. All right. Hey, I got a shameless plug here. You're one of our very active Zippy customers. How is Zippy, with the implementation of that technology, how has that helped you more effectively run your business?
It has helped tremendously. I used to have my personal cell phone number on all my machines as a point of contact on every machine, not just schools, every machine. Not only was I getting phone calls from the children at school, getting phone calls from locations everywhere.
Yeah.
Some people lost their money, which I understand. And then also what they didn't understand was they wanted me to refund their money and be where they're at now.
Now. Yeah.
It's just not possible. I mean, I can't go refund you your $2 and drive an hour to get to you.
Yep.
So there was really no solution that made sense, because if I told them I was going to mail them a check in the mail, their response was, "You're going to mail me a $2 check?" And my answer was, "I don't really know what you want me to do. I mean, you're calling me. I owe you money for whatever reason. I don't know the solution." There really was no. There was really no right answer. What they wanted was me to be in front of them with the cash, and that's just not realistic.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad, man. You and I have chatted, and you've got some great Zippy stories, and we really appreciate that, man. Hey, so what's next for you? You're trucking along here, going really well, growing relatively quickly compared to the rest of the industry. What do you see the next 5 years for you?
The next 5 years. That is a good question. What we're doing now is we're taking all of after going to NAMA the past 2 years in a row. Going to NAMA was very eye-opening. What I noticed right away was there's no vending machines here at NAMA. None. There may have been a couple vending machines there. The only thing that was really at NAMA was coolers and micro markets. So to me, that was very eye-opening. And if you can't read between the lines and figure out, you better get on board or get left behind. So I got on board and have been full speed ahead.
So I can see, I've watched you on social, and you are definitely looking to rapidly bring new technologies in and new ways of doing things.
Yeah, so November of 2024, we implemented our first market, which is roughly 8 months ago, and I think we have market number 15 installed.
You're full steam ahead, man. This is great. Are you looking at acquiring any more companies if anything popped up, or kind of a little bit of combo growth?
We did just buy out another local vendor February of this year. With roughly probably 75 machines.
Oh, good.
And it gave us a couple of accounts with some very big markets that I was after.
Oh, that's beautiful. Good.
So that was a good one, and we've kind of just been trying to catch up to what
Yeah.
we still have ready to put out.
Yep.
I think we have right now 2 more markets going out in the next couple weeks, and we have 3 of Cantaloupe Smart Stores
Oh, good.
on order that are coming in at any time now.
Yep. Love the smart store, the smart coolers.
Yes, my way of thinking is you better be first or you're last, because
I agree. Yep.
if you
Yep.
can beat them, to the game, your name is out
Yeah.
there. Nobody has no local vendor, or no vendor here has any of the smart stores here.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yep. Love that. Love that. Hey, so a couple more things before we wrap this up. But as we truck along in business, and especially our industry, sometimes you get whacked with a few different things. And you shared something on social media this morning that was
Yes.
just an absolute gut puncher.
Yes.
Tell us what happened there.
So what we have been doing is we've been taking our really good vending accounts and asking them and showing them these micro markets,
Yep.
and what benefit it can be for the employees, which can keep them on location without having them to leave. And we had this local company that was all for it, all on board,
Yep.
or at least the person I was in my point of contact loved it, loved the idea.
Yep.
We ordered this market. We ordered this market specialized specifically for this location. It
Mhm.
was made specifically for this location with their logo and graphics all over it.
Yep.
And we installed this market yesterday at roughly 1:00 p.m.
Yep.
and it opened for business. And I got an email this morning at 5 a.m. that the
Oh.
higher management up
Yep.
immediately wanted this market removed.
Oh my gosh.
And they wanted this market removed for the sole reason because they said that it may tempt the employees to go steal from it,
Right.
and they don't want their employees to be tempted to
Yep.
steal.
Yeah. Isn't that a shame that that's where we're at today?
That is a shame.
If they're going to steal Snicker bars, they're going to be stealing company stuff as well. So they might want to get rid of them. But, they can't hire people. And so they're probably
Yeah.
saying they don't even want to get themselves into that situation.
Yes, it's very, very sad. Like, my
Yeah.
mindset is, if I had to give a description of my employees, I would not be like, well, they may steal. I mean, I
Right.
would hate to say that. I just couldn't say that,
Yeah,
I
totally. Yeah.
they wouldn't
Yep.
be my employees,
Yep. Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, this is the thing we learn, right? Going forward, you'll learn a lesson from that, and it probably won't ever happen again because you'll
No.
really dive into,
Yes.
all these different things that will stop that sort of thing, right? So you're still learning, but Matthew, what a great story, man. I honestly really appreciate you jumping on here and having a chat to us about this. So there's going to be a ton of people watching this video. What would be your top 5 pieces of advice for just a young person or whatever coming into this industry? Now that you've, spent several years in and you're doing fantastically, what would be your top 5 things that you would recommend someone coming in?
The top 5 would be, I would just say over deliver.
Yep.
That's just number 1.
Yep.
People just love
Yeah.
you if you do what you say
Right.
and actually do it. I mean, that's super important.
Yep.
Just some advice, this job is definitely not easy. I mean, there's a lot of videos online that will show that you work 2 days a week and you're retired in a year, and it's
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's not. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not.
No. You got to work so hard. And
it-
right when
it
you
is-
think you're finished, right when you think you're finished for the day, your best account calls you and said, "Hey, my dollar bill's stuck.
yes,
Please
yes,
come and fix it."
Yes, and you're in the car and you're on your way there because I just don't know why, but I don't like people feeling like something's not working and I
Yep.
know it's not working.
Yep.
I won't be able to sleep at night. I got to go do it now, and I rather get it over with.
Yep.
And I wake up in the morning and there may be another problem there, but it won't be that one.
Right.
And people
Yep.
like you actually doing and going out
Yeah.
and doing,
Yeah, that's your
Uh,
business too, right? You want to keep the money flowing. So you don't
yes,
want
yes.
any clogs in the wheels along the way.
No,
Hey, what do
no.
you think about when it comes to purchasing vending machines? Is it important to stick with one or two brands so you're not having too many brands out there and having too many parts that you need for each individual
Yeah,
machine?
that is 100% a great
Yep.
way to begin. Stay
Yep.
with one manufacturer because just by doing that, a lot of the parts on all those machines are all interchangeable, especially snack machines. If
Yep.
you just stick with one kind and go from there,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
if you have a problem, you can have an extra machine. Another
Yep.
piece of great advice is always have double of everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
Even in an employee, you got to have a
Right.
backup vehicle, a backup machine, anything that you have on location or needed
Yeah.
for vending, have two of them. Even if you only need one of them,
Yeah.
you need two.
Yeah. Because you
Yes,
need to keep this going, man. That you can't. It's when you start a vending company, you're on the clock. You got to fill.
yes,
As soon as you don't,
yes. And the
the
clock
facilities
does
get
not
pissed
stop.
off. Yep. And you've got another vending shark floating around you, ready for you to make a mistake to come in and pounce on your beautiful stock.
100%.
Yep. Matthew, seriously, thank you so much for this interview. This has been so fun. And this is what I do now. I just sold my company, Vend Central, over to Cantaloupe, who just sold to 365. And what I want to do is just promote this industry. We're doing it through our GoGo Refresh media company. And so far, so good. So if people out there want to watch videos of stories like this, just come and sign up on the Vending Connection. And my goal is just to tell more of these, because our industry, I call it an ecosystem, is made up of so many cool entrepreneurial stories. And this industry is entrepreneurial heaven, man. Just
Yes,
get in and go for it.
yes. And these are actual real stories, not made up fake
Nope.
stories of fake
Nope.
operators.
Yep.
I'm not a famous TikToker. I am the real thing.
Yeah, well, you might be now after this story, man, because you seriously, this is the American dream, man. You made it happen, and seriously, congratulations, Matthew. And I look forward to commenting on your social posts over the years, and we'll keep this conversation going.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.